With Disney's puppy-skinning girl boss origin story Cruella making a killing at the box office, and a sequel already on the horizon, I thought it was time I took a look at an entry in the rapidly growing genre of female incel. Sorry about that. I meant to say female Joker movies. I Blame Society is a 2020 mockumentary that comes to us courtesy of LA-based filmmaker Gillian Wallace Horvat, aka Skinny Lena Dunham, who pulls triple duty in her debut feature, serving as the writer, director, and star of this meta found footage comedy. The film follows Horvat as she attempts to make a movie about using the skills she's honed as a filmmaker to transition into an exciting new career as a serial killer. The fake documentary, which Horvat titles I Murderer, follows this delusional dilettante director's gradual descent into madness as she evolves from panic shoplifter to voyeuristic thrill seeker before eventually blossoming into a fully fledged homicidal maniac. Now, I actually went into this movie wanting to like it, since a satire focusing on the predatory instincts of Hollywood's creative class seemed like the kind of thing that would be right up my alley. But this fun premise is completely squandered by lackluster cinematography and a self-indulgent, scattershot narrative that's just littered with half-baked attempts at feminist critique.
Frankly, I'm bewildered that you don't think that I could come up with a flawless MO, that I couldn't figure out some tasteless, odorless food additive that evaporates immediately in the victim's bowels. Pretty much anybody could do that. Why couldn't I?
Girls get it done.
The film's visual style employs a queasy aesthetic made up of FaceTime phone calls, time-stamped digital footage, and overexposed shaky cam that reminds me of Searching if it were directed by a pornographer. Although, this is probably fitting, as the movie's cinematographer is Olivia Kwan, whose filmography includes numerous family-friendly titles like Hot Girls on the Beach, Heterosexual Jill, First Period, S&M Sally, Kiss Kiss Finger Bang, and of course, my personal favorite, Porno, the series. How outrageous. But the far larger issue is the script, which frequently insists on drawing attention to Horvat's own directorial shortcomings within the film's diegesis.
It's not gonna cut together.
It's a jump cut.
That's not really how jump cuts work.
The concept of working isn't inherent in jump cuts. They're iconoclastic.
Delivered with all the smug, winking self-satisfaction of a co-worker loudly announcing their ownership of a wet fart on a crowded elevator. I'm sure this is meant to come off as charming and oh so meta, but unfortunately, self-awareness doesn't make an intentionally shallow, trite movie any more entertaining to watch. Horvat is also hardly the first director to focus on an unlikable protagonist who chases success and self-actualization via an unchecked murder spree. In fact, over the last 25 years, we've seen a slew of similar cinematic titles, including American Psycho, Edmund, Nightcrawler, and Joker, just to name a few. However, all of these films also offered characters with far more coherent, or at least compelling, motivations for their bloodshed that extend beyond just wanting to make a movie.
There's no movie that is worth hurting someone for.
I don't agree.
What? What the fuck?
Logically, there are just real benefits to killing a bad person. If you get a good movie out of it, that's an additional advantage.
And if they couldn't manage that, then at least previous entries in the genre were able to tell stories that offered the audience some form of social critique, suspense, or even unintentional laughter. Another key problem is that the script can't seem to decide whether the movie is meant to embrace its gonzo meta-comedy angle or rage against the patriarchal machine. Throughout the film, Horvat repeatedly clashes with various doubters, detractors, and Debbie Downers, who all want her to abandon her project just because it's endangering innocent lives. Oh, boo-hoo.
Stop it. Get some help.
This eventually culminates in a series of scenes that pit Horvat against a pair of slimy dude bro producers who are looking to capitalize on Hollywood's newly minted obsession with empowerment and cultural inclusivity.
Underrepresented voices, diversity.
Being an ally, you might think people are white, but they're not. Intersexuality. Intersectionality. Breastfeeding in public.
Intersectionality.
Cool.
These scenes are relatively comical on their own, but Horvat insists on gilding the lily by using the producers as a vehicle for more meta self-analysis, which just feels like a weak attempt at undermining any possible outside criticism by associating it with the taint of problematic gender politics.
Yeah, I sort of wish there was that strong female lead.
Someone likable.
Yeah.
You didn't think I was likable even when I had my shirt off?
Actually, those parts were okay.
If this were just a small part of the story, then it would probably be forgivable. But it becomes an increasingly prominent element as the movie progresses. And the director even confirmed that this was intended to be one of the film's central themes in an interview with the AV Club. Look, I can forgive an incoherent script or ugly camera work if the movie is at least interesting to watch. But I blame society can only offer boring kills, paper-thin characters, and amateurish cinematography, punctuated by the occasional moment of mean-spirited humor. These brief interludes of entertainment usually come from revealing just how cruel, entitled, and nasty Horvat's character really is.
You are going to be so glad that I did this later. I want to give this to you. Just say that you won't marry her. Just say you won't marry her. That's all you have to do.
Jesus fucking Christ.
I know this seems really unethical right now, but I know it's the right thing to do.
Although their impact is repeatedly dampened by the film's insistence on portraying her as some sort of third-wave Cecily B. Demented.
I'm a murderer, not some frenzied spree killer, you dumb cunt.
Jesus.
I'm really jeopardizing my likability.
Yeah, understatement of the bloody year, that is. If there's one thing this movie does prove, it's that first-time female filmmakers can be equally as asinine, turgid, and masturbatory as any of their male counterparts. Which is an accomplishment of sorts, I suppose.
I mean, actually, I felt kind of embarrassed for you watching it.
I guess like this feels like a step back for women, to be honest.
And that's why I'm rating it a 3 out of 10. Thanks for watching, everyone. If you enjoyed this video, then please hit subscribe. And also, come hang out at my Twitch stream at twitch.tv/abittershark, where I'm probably streaming live right now. Just look at all the great content you're missing out on. Stephen King can blow me. I'll see you all next time.